Hello, I'm Liam O'Neill, and this is your June 10th Sound of Hope China Brief. Chinese will be paid for reporting anyone who endangers national security. Olympic gold medalist Eileen is back in the news and under scrutiny. A small brawl between two wealthy Chinese goes viral and renews anger over Communist Party wealth. And Paramount's Top Gun debuts without concern for Chinese censorship. Effective June 6th, China's Ministry of State Security is offering $15,000 to anyone reporting behavior that endangers national security. Protecting national security is normally a good thing, but many commentators believe that national security is not at risk at all. Rather, the reward is a reflection of internal factional struggles. China expert Tang Jingyuan told the Epoch Times that this trick has been used ever since Mao Zedong launched campaigns to catch spies and prevent traitors. These were simply euphemisms for officials on the wrong side of a political fight. In fact, he said, it's a way to shift attention to public conflicts and away from internal crises. Today, the CCP faces internal criticism over zero-COVID lockdowns and external criticism over overly aggressive expansionism. Li Zhengxiu, an associate researcher at the National Policy Research Foundation of Taiwan, told the Epoch Times that the CCP is hoping to deter the leaking of confidential state information that would cause Xi Jinping to lose face. Wu Te, an independent commentator in China, told the Epoch Times that the new security regulation is also aimed at political outsiders. He said, the dissatisfaction on the internet is so great that it can't be suppressed or deleted. The Chinese internet is thought to have upwards of 250,000 people at any time scrubbing content. These state employees have not been able to keep up with lockdown anger in recent months. They need to, quote, expand the witch hunt, Wu said, creating an atmosphere of political terror. Wang He, a commentator on current affairs, said that the CCP's scare tactics no longer frighten the Chinese people. He was referring to how 400 million Chinese have renounced their support of the Communist Party on Daji Yuan, a Chinese version of the Epoch Times website. On June 7th, Eileen, who represented China in the Beijing Winter Olympics, announced that she will serve as ambassador for the United States' bid to host the 2030 or 2034 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. The news sparked mixed comments among Chinese netizens, some saying it was outrageous, while others expressed support, and still others questioned what they characterized as her divided loyalties. According to the Washington Post, U.S. Olympic bid spokesman Tom Kelly confirmed Gu's participation as an athlete representative, but said that her exact title hasn't been chosen. Time magazine reported that regardless of Gu's popularity in China, she now faces scrutiny for dodging questions about her nationality and whether she still holds U.S. citizenship. China does not allow dual citizenship, but there is no record of her renounced U.S. citizenship. Gu has often stated that she's Chinese when in China and American when in America. But nationalism runs high in today's China, and not picking sides may not be sustainable. Many commented that she was manipulating and gaining from both sides. A June 8th online poll by Phoenix News showed that more than 1/5 of surveyed Chinese did not support Gu representing the United States' bid for the Winter Olympics. Drivers of a Bentley and a Rolls-Royce were caught on video scratching and slapping each other in a parking garage. The post generated 67 million views and renewed anger over the super wealthy in China. "I have 50 Bentleys at home," a woman is heard yelling after she has blocked a Rolls-Royce that has stolen her parking spot. She threatened to have them all drive over to further block in the Rolls. The ensuing brawl included onlookers, and many compared the scene to the real-life version of the reality TV show Bling Empire. The series focuses on the lives of wealthy, ostentatious Asian socialites. Netizens nicknamed the shouting woman Sister Bentley. One person commented, "Look into her family background to see where her wealth came from. How can she be so arrogant?" Many echoed this sentiment, questioning how she and so many others in communist China have been able to amass so much wealth. It's believed that Sister Bentley is the wife of Zhang Xiaozhong, a Communist Party member who works for a government-run real estate company. According to a 2021 annual report, he earned a pre-tax annual salary of only $56,200 and apparently was not paid by affiliated companies. Bentleys tend to go for a lot more than $56,000. A government body is reportedly looking into the couple's assets for any evidence of corruption. The Top Gun sequel is off to a great start at the box office, generating $290 million in North America and nearly $550 million globally, and that's only in its first 10 days. That's according to ComScore. Among the happiest of moviegoers surely include the Taiwanese, who saw their country's flag adorn Tom Cruise's flight jacket. An innocuous placement of a patch seems like a small thing to be happy about, but there's a story behind this. In the original movie, Tom Cruise wore a flight jacket with several patches, including a Taiwanese flag. But in a 2019 trailer of the sequel, the flag had been digitally replaced, and this follows nearly 2 decades of Hollywood making decisions meant to please Chinese censors. China fiercely objects to the Taiwanese flag in all places, which is why, for instance, Taiwanese competing in the Olympics are not allowed to wear their flag, and you won't even find a flag outside of a Taiwan government-owned office space in Manhattan, New York. Tencent Pictures, a subsidiary of the Chinese tech giant, is one of several Chinese companies that has aggressively invested in Hollywood. It had reportedly acquired a 12.5% stake in the Top Gun sequel early on in the film's creation, which explains the removal of the Taiwanese flag from the trailer. According to sources familiar with the matter, Tencent reneged on its financial obligations over concerns that the movie glorified U.S. military strength and therefore wouldn't pass the CCP censorship test. And with Tencent out of the picture, the Taiwanese flag returned. This shift in the movie's production decisions and its subsequent success may portend a shift in the China-Hollywood relationship. It may also be a reflection of the heightening tensions between the U.S. and the CCP. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.